Hey guys, this is Metallagamer here. Today I'm bringing you my review of South Park: The Stick of Truth. I'm going to start with, I was a bit skeptical about this, both because of the company that it's being done by, as well as the fact that it's a licensed property. South Park hasn't had a great history of games, and this game is kind of set out to prove that licensed games aren't screwed. The game was made by Obsidian Entertainment. Obsidian Entertainment, I was a bit skeptical because they seem to pull out a lot of properties and release the Second Coming or the sequels. Examples would be Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, Neverwinter Nights 2, Fallout New Vegas, Dungeon Siege 3. Like those are some of their bigger ones. Obsidian Games doesn't have a lot of properties. Their only one I remember them actually doing on their own, and it seemed to be their only standalone, was Alpha Protocol, and it wasn't very good. I didn't like it, just didn't play well for me. But they picked up the property for South Park: The Stick of Truth, and I'm here to review their work. So South Park: The Stick of Truth is done well. You start off in South Park, you create a character to your liking that fits the South Park style. The entire game acts and plays like it would be a South Park episode, so it's done very nicely. You start with your character in South Park. You're the new kid in town. Your main character doesn't speak, which kind of irks me, but you know what? It's able to be looked past. There's many a good games that don't have a speaking protagonist. The game, like I said, looks great. As a matter of fact, somebody walking by could confuse cutscenes with actual episodes of the show. The character's voice acting is authentic. You have all of the South Park cast actually talking back and forth, so it's the actual voice actors. It's done very nicely. If you're an avid South Park viewer, you will greatly enjoy this game. There are 1,000,001 references to the show.
If you see Kenny, tell him to pick up some dinner on his way home. Not them fancy toaster strudels, though, just regular Pop-Tarts.
You ever wonder what it'd be like to be a dolphin? Just doing flips, eating fish, not a care in the world?
You will hear many references to episodes you have watched. But don't worry, if you've watched the episodes before and you've watched many reruns, it's not old. It's stuff that you will enjoy hearing again because it's done in a different fashion. You will also see many of your familiar characters. Once again, if you are a constant viewer of South Park, you will know all these characters. So the game focuses around comedy. It's a third-person RPG, and inside or outside of combat, there is constantly jokes being thrown back and forth, whether silly and very childish or extremely adult and vulgar. There is always humor being thrown back and forth, and it's a nice change of pace. I personally love my humor in video games. There's not too many that do it well, and South Park has fucking nailed it. Now, onto the gameplay. The gameplay, for me, was one of the problems. It's a third-person, turn-based RPG. Kind of works like most RPGs. You'll find an enemy. Once you meet the enemy, then you go into your combat. And it kind of fades out, comes back in, and you're in a combat screen. And this is where the problems for me came in. It's only one problem. Not that big a problem, but it is there. Is the combat is overly simplistic. It's way too easy to play. As long as you are paying attention, you can win every battle without a hitch. You obviously do have to do things like upgrade your character and keep your stats updated, but no matter how you upgrade your character, you don't ever play that differently. For the most part, you just choose your strongest attack, and then the next person goes and does the same thing, and it kind of just goes back and forth. So basically, if your stats are allowed to beat the opponent, for the most part you can. They did make it, though, that if you're not paying attention, you can lose very easily. Because the combat is interactive. You'll go to swing at an enemy. Once again, turn-based. You'll choose your attack. Not choose your attack. You will choose attack. And then go swing at your enemy. As you're about to swing, you have a spot where your weapon will spark. If you activate a button press at that exact moment, then you will do extra damage or activate a combo. It sounds like it could have some depth to it, but it really doesn't. For the most part, you have your attacks are ranged attack, special ability, and close-up attack, melee attack, and then healing items. So it's pretty simple for the most part. You don't have very much variety. each class can use any weapon. You're not limited in any way with what you can use or what items you can equip. The 4 classes that you have to choose from are Warrior, Mage, Thief, and Jew. Yes, Jew is one of the classes. Once again, one of the charming aspects of South Park, trying to be comedic, and it works well. Once again, back to the gameplay. You explore South Park, you recruit members for your game, and you meet all the characters. You interact, you accept quests, and it's done very simple. Like I said, looking at the game, it looks gorgeous. It looks just like South Park, I promise. The newest episodes of South Park can actually be confused for gameplay sections in South Park: The Stick of Truth. So outside of combat, your main things, you search for collectibles, you upgrade your character, you can change the clothes that you're wearing to actually allocate points that help you in combat. So the game doesn't have a ton of depth to it. It kind of seems like they went with the whole philosophy of being South Park is enough, and that's really it. The gameplay does lack because, like I said, it is overly simplistic. For me, it was just too damn easy. You will win almost every fight. If you consider yourself a true gamer, a hardcore gamer, just a gamer, anything like that, and you think you're fairly decent at games, I would say go for hard mode, because normal mode just doesn't cut it. I started it on normal mode because I don't play very many RPGs, and I thought that it would be, I just wanted to enjoy the experience. If you want a little bit of a challenge out of it, you do need to do hard mode. Easy mode is just way too easy, and as is normal. So, I'm going to end it with this. I'm giving South Park an 82 out of 100, solely because of the fact that the gameplay itself is overly simplistic and lacks a certain amount of entertainment that you need to have in a game. It's a great game, though. I do recommend it for any South Park fan because you will find yourself laughing your ass off the whole game through. All the way through, there's references, there's characters, and it's just great. It's done well. It's kind of brought my faith back in the fact that licensed games can be done well. This may not be the best licensed game, but you know what? They can be done, and it's good to see that there's companies that are still willing to try. So I thank you, Obsidian, for doing this, because you know what? Even it's brought faith in not only your company for me, but in licensed gaming in general. Like I said, not 100%, but you know what? It's better than 90% of the crap that comes out with a license on it. Anyways, guys, that's my review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've enjoyed playing this game very much, and I hope you guys do too. I hope this has helped your decision in whether you're going to purchase or not. Anyways, gamers, stay fucking metal, and I'll see you next time.
Wow, what a butt kicking. Oh boy, oh boy.